So we've decided to have a change of heart.
Are you surprised, Professor? This is the Holy Tomb.
To think that there was such a vast space beneath the monastery all this time. It's hard to imagine that any of these enormous contraptions are of this world.
This is where the goddess who created this world was laid to rest, along with her children. It is said that our creator, the goddess Sothis, sat upon this very throne. Professor, do you recognize this throne?
I do.
So long. I have waited so very long for this day. Sit upon the throne. I have no doubt you will be gifted a revelation from the goddess. Well? It was supposed to be but a step away. What could possibly be missing?
Stop right there!
Don't move, any of you. If you move, your lives will be forfeit. Thank you ever so much for guiding us this far. The Imperial Army will now take possession of everything in the Holy Tomb.
What's the Imperial Army doing here?
Wait, does he work for the Flame Emperor?
So the Flame Emperor is connected to the Empire. I never thought that possible.
Edelgard, did you know about this?
Yes. In fact, I gave the order. I am the Flame Emperor.
I guess that's the end of play in school, Lady Edelgard. I mean, Your Majesty.
Get to work, everyone. The crest stones belong to us now. And take those filthy bones, too.
Insolence! You will atone for the sin of trampling on this holy resting place. Professor, destroy these villainous traitors who dare dishonor our creator!
Wait, what's the meaning of this, Edelgard?
You made use of us? Why?
I'm sorry, my teacher. I cut this path, and now I must follow it. My friends, I ask that all of you stay back. It is not my intention to fight you. By order of the Adrestian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvelg, I command you to collect the crest stones. If anyone attempts to stop us, kill them.
Alright. So, here we are. Let me double check something. Okay, yeah. So, I just wanted to make sure I had my chapters right. So, this is actually what happens if you don't get that high enough ranking with Edelgard. Does it even show her anymore? Yeah, it does. Oh, well, we do. That's what happens if you actually don't go to N-bar. So you can tell she has the support, but you just didn't go to N-bar. So that whole like you need to make a choice actually never happens because you don't watch her get crowned. So I played through it all over again for a very specific reason. One was to switch up who I used so I could actually have a better layout of different people to play so it's not the same people again. Because nothing against Ferdinand, but his stats, they're kind of garbage. Just let's be honest. Also, I wanted to use Flame. She was someone that we never got to really use until since like the Blue Lion House, and I think she honestly deserves every bit of it. She should be a part of that. I'm gonna switch that up. I gave her the staff to give her a little bit more range, so I would give maybe Petra some more reason to use magic, because she is the dancer this time around. I thought it'd be pretty nice to give her the sword avoid, and she has alert stance and only uses swords, so she basically has almost 100 avoid. Yeah, she's insane. Although, because of the way I took her this time, she has much less dex, so I don't, I'm kind of sad about that. But she does have 35 charm, so I'm not, I'm not sad about that. I made sure to bump up her charm as much as I possibly could. Also, we're using Bernadetta. I had her be a Pegasus Knight, and so she's got Darting Blow. She's been a pretty good assassin. As you can tell, her stats, her strength isn't that great, but her dex and speed are insane. Unfortunately, she still gets hit a lot. But I did find something out as I was doing a bunch of research into the game, because there was always one thing I didn't quite get, and that was what exactly does weight do, and I did find out. Now, I had Happy become a Pegasus Knight too, so she could gain Darting Blow. This allows her to pretty much double anything when she casts. Also, she's got almost a B rank for her lances, so that's why she doesn't have an A rank in Reason right now. It's because she was using a lot of lances to master Pegasus Knight. And she still has the thing for Crest for Gloucester, and then the Thyrus, I think is how it's pronounced, I forget. Constance, I actually changed to a War Cleric, because I wanted her to actually be using, like, have a reason to use her Brawling. She's at an A rank for Brawling. It's insane. And, she's been doing really well. When she got the War Cleric, she gained like 7 attack or 7 strength. It was insane. So she's actually pretty beefy with her attacks. And giving her the Aura Knuckles, which was the main reason why I wanted to do that, she can basically one-shot anything. It's insane. Because she's brawling, so she's got the Fist Fair part. And she's got a magic weapon, so it's really... I never thought that this would work, but it is, and it's insane. I love it. I'm also wanting... Like I said, I want to use Flame, and actually have her as a... like, one of the main healers along with Mercedes. I gave Caspar the Chalice of Beginnings because I'm giving Byleth the Aegis Shield. I don't know what it is, but it only seems to be active on either Felix or Byleth. I don't know why, even if someone has the Crest of Fraldaris. I don't know. It's weird. So, there's that. That's it for right now. I did manage to grab everyone before this chapter, so, and do all of the extra missions and everything. Everything's back to where it was. I'm just kind of using different people as things have gone on. And I waited a while before I started grabbing people, so they're higher level. When the quest came along, I didn't have to grind for the levels for the person, or just have them sit back and hopefully they live. So, I've been trying to work on flame supports, and I did get quite a bit of those. So I'm actually wanting to look at different people I could bring and have her hang out with. So we'll have that. So that'll be it for that part. Also, just sidebar, I've done some testing because I got a new mic. I hope this works well and you guys can hear me fine. I think the test that I did seemed like it was good. So, I don't think we're gonna have a problem here, but you never know. So, hey, I'll try to fix any issues if I see them. So, there is that, and hopefully, it sounds a lot better, and you don't hear my computer running. Again, from the test that I did, I don't think you can. All right. Not unless I crank the volume up on my end quite a bit. So, oh yeah, I actually had Caspar as a Cavalier. It's interesting. I couldn't get him to. I kept trying to get him to be a paladin, but it was not working. All right, you head there. Yeah, I think I can pull it off. I think I'll be fine. We'll see. Okay.
I will not allow such violence from the Empire. Strike down the rebels and protect the Holy Tomb.
The crest stones are in the caskets. Open every last one of them.
The Holy Tomb must not be desecrated. Protect as many of the crest stones as you can.
All right.
Let us away.
Let's bring Byleth over this way. Kind of needs the
Stay
extra
focused.
help there. Oh, really? Fine. I was kind of hoping that she could get somebody, but apparently not. This'll be fine.
Each battle a chance to grow.
I will get the victory. That's my cue. You were wide open.
Well, she's almost got the Dark Flyer mastered. Alright.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's get rid of you.
Anywhere I can hide.
Oh, come on, Bernadetta. Don't be such a crazy person. Alright. 2 hits. Good grief. Yeah, I don't think anyone's hitting Petra.
My heart is full of victory.
I'm hoping her being a dancer is going to allow her to get better decks. I don't know if
Sure thing.
that's going to be completely the case, but I'm certainly hoping that is. Also, 45 damage. Oh, man. I mean, I can still cast magic and she do a lot of damage. But jeez. Oh, man. That 45 times 2 because it's a brawling attack is amazing.
Witness the glory of House Nouvelle.
Alright. Now, let's see.
Put me in there.
You're actually going to be better if I do this. Also,
Right
just
makes might, right?
giving him the Crest of Oban seems to be one of the better options for that. Okay. Yeah, this will be fine. That's the thing. A lot of the time, I'm wanting to use basically the characters that are actually good. Because that and use a little bit of different characters in general, but I don't know.
think I've gotten stronger.
A lot of this is just depending on... It was
Yep.
very dependent on whether or not something was going to be a viable choice for someone to use. You do want to make sure before you do this chapter, though, that... Well, this chapter and the next chapter, because they're pretty close together anyway. You want to make sure that most, if not all, of the Black Eagle characters are a decent level. I would say probably the minimum you want them to be is like low 20s.
Take away every last one of those crescent stones.
That is enough. Do you even know what those stones are?
Yeah, you can't prevent those from being grabbed, but you can prevent the others. So that's why I did that.
Let's dance.
But you want to make sure that they're at a decent level, kind of like with the previous, the other two paths that aren't the Black Eagles route. You want to make sure that
That's why
the house characters have decent levels, because otherwise it's not going to go well for you in a future chapter. So there is that. All right.
No biggie.
Yeah, just... I will say the accuracy for that, I might wait. I'll have to look.
I've been practicing that one.
I'm sure you have. Okay, she does have Brawling 4 on. That was the big question I had. If not, I was like, why don't I have that there? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and put up the shield. Don't...
It's the least I could do. They say experience feeds growth.
She's got good resistance, but her defense is pretty much garbage.
Victory received.
All right.
I am greater now.
Okay, so I was right to give it to keep her as a... We'll change her to a dancer. Because you don't have to change someone into the dancer class. You can just get the skill of, like, hey, guess what?
Your skill is
Plus 20
impressive.
sword avoid. And the sword dance ability. And just kind of do that. You don't have to do the other part. Also, yeah.
This is going to hurt, okay? All roses have thorns.
Alright.
Not quite what I was after.
That's not what I was after either, Dorothea. Alright. Well, let's see how this rolls. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot to turn that back on. It's been on for a couple of turns, because I've been, to make things go faster, I turned it only on, my turn. Is it real? Well, yeah, we'll go back to normal. Hold on. Did it actually save? Okay, yeah. I gave the Rising Flames gambit to Byleth. Take that. So, okay. Yeah, you master mercenary. Good for you. Alright, But anyway.
Anywhere I can hide.
Oh yeah, I was trying to remember what I was gonna say. So, the thing with weight is that affects this, as well as your strength and your speed. Or is it? Yeah, it's your speed and your strength affect your AS. So normally it's just your speed minus this, and that's your AS. But you take an additional weight off for every 5 points of strength. So that's why it's 24 instead of 20. When I looked into this, I'm like, wait, this makes so much more sense than what I would have ever thought it would be. So also that crit. But yeah, it made so much more sense to me after seeing that, and that's why using iron weapons is not the worst thing in existence. It's actually, it might be the preferred thing because it has less weight.
I've got an ace up my sleeve.
I knew less weight was a good thing. It used to be really tied to constitution and whatnot, but in the older games. And how did that miss? Really, dude? Oh, for the love. Yeah, we've got 13 charges. We're fine. We've got 13 charges of turning back time. I think we can handle this. Oh yeah, and that's why her attacks aren't as strong either, because that's the only thing she can use right now. Or, actually no, it just recently changed. Gosh.
Put me in there.
I was trying to level up her authority so I could change her out of that, so I could change her to like the Novell Flying Corps. That way I could give her more magic power, and I did, and I forgot to switch it out. Alright. Let's do this. But yeah, like with death, there's no way you would normally double, so.
Easy peasy.
Because of just the weight of that thing. Because it's an 8 weight. Dude, and an AS of 12. Golly. Now that I actually understand how it works, I'm like, man, I really wish I knew this a lot sooner.
You know what to do.
It makes so much sense, man. But, nah. Now, I will show what the response is if you do go to Imbar and
Sally forth.
with her and she gives you that choice. I'll show you what the conversations, because the conversation is completely different.
Should I help?
So
We shall take any opening.
I'll show that after we're done with this fight. You'll still do the same fight regardless, but there's just that bit of dialogue that's very different. Because I do actually have a save file of that decision point. Also, what hit her? I guess...
I shouldn't strain myself.
Well, let's get some health back.
Winning's always nice.
I don't know what hit Dorothea, but, you know, let's just make sure that this is fine. Yeah, just use thunder. We'll have flame healer.
All roses have thorns. I've really made this my own.
And that's a really good ability.
Let us away.
Alright.
Oh, thank you.
Healing Dorothea.
Stay focused.
I will get the victory.
Well, let's dance.
Well done.
Alright.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be something for Caspar.
Here we go!
Also 40 crit with his punches. Jeez.
That shall do nicely.
Yeah, having that dex as high as it is really nice.
Get helpful.
Alright. Let's get Caspar over here. Wow. Virtually nothing happened
That's
with
my
that.
cue.
Also meteor. There we go.
I won't go down so easily.
Yeah, just gonna
How
heal.
sweet.
She can't do much right now, but I'll have her do that.
I will not be stopping.
I love the ability just to pass. And that's an ability only Bernadetta and Anna get, of all people. It's like, those two? But, alright. Here, have a punch to the face. Or the stomach. I can't tell which one you punched there, Violet, but alright, whatever. Oh yeah, let's get rid of you.
Didn't you hear? I'm dangerous.
Let's have you take out this.
Out of my way.
Almost there. I'm trying to get him to Master Assassin. Because I wanted him to actually start playing as a trickster and finish that. And not just like, oh, I'm at the last mission and here I am with it.
No one makes it past me.
Alright. Yeah, let's just do a punch. That's all it's needed because of how ridiculously strong that is. Oh man, I love that. No, it did it again. What? Hold on. Did I turn it off? Assist animations, battle speed, action skip. Oh, that's where that is. Okay, my bad. I knew I was missing something. Not that anything was really being missed, but... If it's that much of a problem, it's fixed now.
Easy peasy.
Again, I did that solely for the reason so I could get from chapter 1 to this point without it being another 300-hour nonsensical thing. Also, when it comes to high resistance enemies, she still does a ton of damage compared to this, but she does have better accuracy with these with the non-magic ones. It says 34. I guess it's taking the 32 plus... Okay, yeah, plus the 2. Okay. I don't know. Now that I actually understand how the system
I
works.
shall rise, but your day is past.
It's weird now that I don't know. It makes me want to... Because, like, the old, like the old GBA ones, you could have a detailed view of the combat before you go into it, or the simplified version. I always went with the simplified because it's just like, hey, I don't see the point of making me have to do all this stuff that I don't understand. Something that I have to understand, but now I probably could actually understand it if I looked at it. Alright.
I'm told it's fine to kill those who resist. Now then, how shall I cook you? Torture them!
There's 0 chance of hit! Oh! Were you just trying to avoid the embarrassment of getting utterly wrecked? That's what it seems like. I think it's about time to get hit hard with a rapier. Got taken out by Grace.
No, I was just following orders. I just...
Why are you always the typical villain? Like, oh, I was just following well, you could have just... Like, I mean, you don't always have to follow orders, you know? If it's that atrocious, you can say, hey, nah, I'm out. Hey, Edelgard.
Professor, I will make no excuses. Thank you for all that you did for me. In truth, no. Let's leave it at that. So, the end has come.
Yeah, silver bow. Knowledge gem. Advanced seal. All that. Cathbar's motivation's maxed out. That's good. It's good to have him motivated. Alright. At this point, I will go ahead and show you, before anything else, I'll go ahead and show you what exactly happens if you're on her side, and it seems like you're on her side, and you don't pick it. Because I believe... Or... Is it an after battle thing? I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Hold on. Hold that thought. Okay. Let's see what happens. with this. I don't think it...
My thank you so much.
You have disappointed me, Edelgard. To think that a descendant of House Hresvelg would dare betray the Holy Church.
So, it is my teacher who stands in my way. I always knew it would come to this.
Professor, kill Edelgard at once. She is a danger to all of Fodlan. Such a rebellious heart cannot be allowed to keep beating.
Okay, so this is what happens when you don't go with her. This is like the supposed, oh my gosh, this is the choice, the thing. You actually don't have, you have this ... I don't have anything I can say. That's okay. So I don't know what this would do, though. I'm kind of curious. Because this is where it's like, this choice makes so much difference. Interesting.
I will withdraw.
Oh,
for now.
so it's just he puts a face on.
To flee is futile, wicked girl. The Church of Serios will raise its entire army against you until you have been captured and punished. You have defiled the holy tomb, dishonored the goddess, and humiliated your brethren. That crime will never be erased. Even if you burn in the eternal flames and spill all of your blood into the goddess's soil. Come, Professor. Let us return and decide upon our next course of action.
Edelgard and Hubert have disappeared. They will surely return to the Empire. The Knights have been dispatched to search and investigate. If there is any movement, we will know. We cannot ignore the possibility that there will soon be open hostilities between us and the Imperial Army. When that happens, are you prepared to fight your own? If you wish to return to the Empire, I will not stop you. That is your choice to make.
If Edelgard is acting afoul, then we have no choice but to strike her down.
It's up to us to stop them. We have a war on our hands.
I have no interest in fighting, not even for her. And yet...
How are we supposed to decide just like that? Hubie, I'm sorry about this, but I'm siding with the Professor. Her doings are wrong. It is our duty to make everything right.
I am sure you all have much on your mind. I encourage you to confer with your professor and make a decision. You have until the fighting commences. Professor, I am depending on your strength for the safety of Fodlan.
Oh, don't worry. So...
The leaders of the church have misused its creed to fulfill their true desire. To rule the world. They have fooled the people of Fodlan. Long ago, they divided the Empire to create a kingdom. And then, divided that kingdom to create an alliance. They did all of this to make the masses bicker amongst themselves. They caused instability in order to reinforce their own authority. They gathered gold and lived in extravagance. How? By preying on the devotion of those who wished for the goddess's salvation. Those corrupt hypocrites cannot lead Fodlan to true peace. Their foul belief system must be torn asunder so that true wisdom may finally prevail. And so, I have decided, by order of the Adrestian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvelg, the Empire hereby declares war on the Church of Serios.
I cannot believe it. Let us recount the situation as it stands, Professor. After you returned from the Holy Tomb, the Adrestian Empire declared war upon the Church of Serios, as well as our allies. Edelgard demanded her own father relinquish the throne, and then assumed the position of Emperor. She has deemed the Church of Serios to be an evil of this world, and is calling upon the people of Fodlan to help her tear it down. I must discuss our response to this declaration with the Archbishop after the Knights return from their investigation. Until then, watch over the students. See that they remain calm.
Oh yeah, I got you, bud. I got you, buddy. I got your back. Okay, so it was after the battle. My bad. So the chapter 11 fight's the same, but that bit I wanted to kind of show off more or less the newer people that we're going to be using. There is a couple of people that I might use that we don't have access to quite yet, but we have gained access to them now that we sided with the church. That being said, I'll be right back, and we'll show off what the ending. The ending's going to be with her declaring war and everything is going to be the same, but the idea of like exactly being pressured by Edelgard to, hey, join me, is going to be there, and your response to the yes, we've seen that, but I want to show what happens when you say no. So I'll be right back.
You have disappointed me, Edelgard. To think that a descendant of House Hresmelg would dare betray the Holy Church.
So, it is my teacher who stands in my way. I always knew it would come to this.
Professor, kill Edelgard at once. She is a danger to all of Fodlan. Such a rebellious heart cannot be allowed to keep beating.
This is what it typically is like. Not what we had previously. This is where that, okay, we have to make this choice. Do we stick with Edelgard or not? Of course, we already went to protect her previously, and that was probably, in my opinion, one of the worst paths in existence, because I'm not going to get into it right now. We'd be here for a while. But this is what happens when you pick this choice.
I will withdraw for now. Come.
Again, it's kind of pathetic.
To flee is futile, wicked girl. The Church of Serios will raise its entire army against you.
Well,
until
we've
you
already
have
seen
been
this.
captured
So
and punished. You have defiled the holy tomb, dishonored the goddess, and
it's the same
humiliated your
thing
brethren.
as
That
it was
crime
previously.
will never
So
be
it's
erased.
mainly just
Even
showing
if you
that
burn in the eternal
part right
flames
there.
and
So
spill all of your blood into the
you
goddess's
only
soil. Come, Professor.
it just
Let us
seems kind of
return
like, oh,
and
there's gonna be
decide
more
upon
to
our
it.
next course
Not
of action.
really. That path is automatically
and
what
Hubert
you
have
are
disappeared.
on.
They will surely return to the
Okay,
night.
it's still
We
gonna
cannot
do
win
this?
if you-
Alright.
If Adel, it's up.
I'm gonna try to skip through this so we don't
I
have the
encourage-
background stuff
Professor.
going on while we're kind of doing this conversation here.
The leaders of the...
Okay. That being said, that was for that right there. I don't personally think that the Black Eagle House path is a good one. It just personally, like I said, I don't want to really get into it right now. Don't worry. When we get to the credits and do the final bit and show the final credits for this game, golly, been through the credits 4 other times, one with the DLC. So, nah, in all seriousness, when we get back to that, I'll seriously go into every aspect of every path. Now, the Church of Serios path is technically, and that's the path we're on, is technically, from what I've seen, the canonical ending. I don't know what to really make of that. It's whatever. At least that's what I've seen. I haven't really seen too much else. But I'll go into a little bit more detail about some of the stuff we will be getting into. The next chapter is going to be very similar to the Golden Deer and Blue Lion, where we're defending the church against the Empire. It's a very different shift from the previous path we took. And we're going to see a lot of similar things happen at the very beginning of it, in the next chapter and in the following one. So, that being said, thank you all for joining me in the final path of this game. We're getting there. We're almost 300 hours in? Oh my goodness. This has seriously been the longest Let's Play I have ever done. Oh, jeez. And to think one of the games I did try to play was just as long, if not longer, than this. Anyway. But at least it wasn't as monotonous. Well, it can be. But anyway. That's neither here nor there, because we're not playing that game. Thank you all for joining me. And in the next one, we will actually start Chapter 12. And we will be on the Church of Serios path. See you guys then. Later.